Yeah, what the link read, y'all? It's your main guy out here, man. Pissy Pianci, Lamumba, aka Blow Lambo from out the barrio. You hear me? Off the dump, coming through the door, man. Hit that like button, cause I know you gonna like this here. And if you dislike, hit the dislike before you leave the building. You know what I'm saying? Share this video. You know what I'm saying? To your compadres. Um, Subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell for more things like this here. And if you also like to help, to see the channel grow, you can send a donation to my cash app at Lamumba 16. That's LAMUMBA 16. Stankin' motherfuckers. So check the move, man. I got a topic that's been on my brain for a little minute. And really, what really sparked it off from a video that I seen by this guy called himself Nightmare on YouTube from out of Broward County. And then also the recent Ronnie Red videos guy out of Tampa. Now Nightmare on YouTube, he's a guy from out of Broward County. Which town he's from out of Broward County, I don't know. He could be from Pompano. You know, could be from Lauderhill, Sunrise, I ain't one of them. Or he could be from Lauderdale. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, this what really put this on my mind was around the time, Julio Fulio lost his life, right? And me, I'm from Jacksonville. I'm originally from Atlanta, Georgia, but I was raised most of my life in Jacksonville, Florida. But these past 4 years of my life, I've been staying in St. Louis. So anyway, by a big rapper out of our city being taken out, I did a few videos on it, and I checked out a few things popping up. And when I came across the guy video, Nightmare on YouTube, and I guess this was around the time, the video was old, but I guess this is around the time when I guess Julio Fulio and Kodak Black had some beef going on, and Julio went to Kodak Black project, posted outside the Golden Acres thing, and his video was called Fulio Don't Do That Again. And he went into a bunch of things, basically saying he was like, Kodak Black ain't no Young Ace. And me just leaving my honest comment, because I always mostly leave comments to videos. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, and this wasn't trying to be funny. I said, hell, them boys got, I said, I guess they not like Kodak Black, because them boys actually got bodies. And dude responded back, I don't give a fuck. I guess you ain't got no choice not to give a fuck, because if you saying that Julio Fulio them ain't like Young and Ace, and them boys ain't popping shit. These boys popping shit. You ain't got no choice not to give a fuck. So how can you say that they're not, Kodak Black ain't Young and Ace? Only thing we've been seeing Kodak Black do is go out bad, looking like a dope fiend every other video we see. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to Kodak Black, you know what I'm saying? Real Florida representative. You know what I'm saying? He's right now, he the face of Florida, right? But anyway, so, and then I left another comment before I even seen that response come through, and I was like, cause basically he tried to belittle us, and he also tried to belittle Central Florida too. And I'm gonna get on that in a second. But he was like, no, my next comment I left, which was within a few seconds of me writing the first comment, I was like, whatever I said, I'm like, bro, you can check the I said, you know, they keep yearly records of homicides. You can look at the Fort Lauderdale homicide count versus the Jacksonville homicide count, and y'all ain't on the same level as us when it comes to the gangster shit. You know what I'm saying? Now, is Broward County on the same level as Duval? I can't really say. All I know, Broward County don't really get down like Dade County get down. You know, it's Dade County, Broward, and Palm Beach. And the further you get from Dade, the better it gets. One thing I will give them credit of is that when you saying Jacksonville, you basically saying the whole Duval County, because Duval County is basically one city. It's not like Broward County where you got like 30 cities, which is no more than like 29 towns, because Fort Lauderdale gonna be the only real city in Broward County. You know, but I'm gonna just say you got 30 municipalities within Broward County. So if you add all that up, I don't tell you the truth, I still think they just not on that level that Jacksonville on. You know, everybody knows, whether they want to admit to it or not. You can Google this, they keep records of these things. Florida is basically a peaceful state, a good state. The only cities you really got to worry about becoming the statistic is Jacksonville and Miami. Contrary to popular belief of what may sound like it's going down or what's really going down. You know what I'm saying? So once again, how have I put that to that dude, letting him know, look, bro, y'all don't get down like we get down, bro. His response was, again, I don't give a fuck. You ain't got no choice but to not give a fuck. Dispute the facts. If you could, you would. You know, so before you make a video about something saying who this and who that, I mean, bro, get your facts together, right? And so, you know, he was saying like, see, y'all in Central Florida, or put it this way, before I say that, he was like, see, difference between somebody in North Florida and South Florida, you know, when we just totally black out. He was saying South Florida just totally black out. Well, man, it looked like goddamn Jacksonville been blacking out, whiting out, mopping the floor. So if you call that blacking out, bro, you can't describe what we got going on, you know, and that just goes for Broward and Palm Beach, not Dade County. Now, we're gonna get to that. But he was saying, like, y'all slow up there, this, that, and the third. Bro, what do you mean by slow? You know what I'm saying? Now, I can get you saying North Florida slow. But when you say Central Florida slow, okay, once again, Tri-County area is Broward, Dade, and Palm Beach, right? But all of y'all are basically under that Miami umbrella. Y'all are part of the Miami metropolitan. So let's go from metropolitan to metropolitan. The next biggest city in Florida is Orlando. You know, only like I was telling them, the only reason y'all really on that level because y'all are part of the Miami area. You know what I'm saying? It goes like this, just from the big cities: Miami, Orlando, Tampa, then Jacksonville. And when I say that, that ain't got nothing to do with the gangster shit. That just goes to the type of cities as for who booming the most hardest, who got the most attractions that people may come and visit. You know what I'm saying? Okay. It was something else I wanted to say on now. Oh yeah, I basically told him I like, look, bro, this, that, and third. Y'all little bro to Miami. We all are little bro to Miami. Miami is the main city in the state of Florida. Miami is the face of Florida. But once again, when it comes to that gangster shit, the only city that's on their level is Jacksonville. A lot of years, Jacksonville has more M's, let's just say, than Miami. Now, does Duval County have more M's than they? I really doubt that. You know, because you got to think, Miami is much smaller than Jacksonville. Once again, you talk about Jacksonville, Florida, it's basically the whole Duval County. Jacksonville is basically 95% Duval County. Miami is only probably like, which it's gonna hard to be compared because only, I'm gonna say, only about 30% of Dade County is inhabited. Y'all forgive me, inhabitable, or however you say that, because basically 80% of Dade County is the Everglades. Everybody else is crammed on the coast, and that goes the same for Broward and West Palm. All of that is basically like Broward County is basically 80% Everglades. Palm Beach County is basically everybody is smashed in on the coast, right? But say like even in a year that Jacksonville may have more M's than Miami alone, if you add people like Opelika, Carol City, or them the main get down areas outside of Miami, you know what I'm saying? Then maybe not, you know what I'm saying? But we're the only two that's really on that level. It's gonna be years that we do more than them, and it's gonna be years they do more than us. Believe it or not, you can Google this, and it's kind of crazy. 2023, Miami went from having 300 M's in 1 year, no, in 2022, having 300 M's in 1 year, and the next year only had 30 something, right? Okay, let's move along. Now, I'm gonna address the guy Ronnie Red. You know what I'm saying? He's a cool guy, and it's like he give us our prompts, but he kind of step on us at the same time. It's like he really try to put Tampa like they the next city on that level with Miami. You can't do that, bro. Take away the gangster shit. Only the next city to Miami is going to be Orlando. Difference between Orlando, which both of them in Central Florida, difference between Orlando and Tampa, Orlando is the only real city in the area. Really, you might as well say Orlando probably the only reason that Tampa really exists in the way that it does. Even though I think Tampa is been around a little more than Orlando. See, Orlando is the only city that controlling that whole area. Just like I say, South Florida, what we know is Southeast Florida, you got three major cities: Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and West Palm Beach. Central Florida, all you got is Orlando. West Central Florida, the Tampa area, you got two major cities, and that's St. Petersburg and Tampa. And Orlando still overshadows them. After them would be Jacksonville, Florida, on that level, right? But I know he made a comment. I was looking at this thing because I just did a song, and I was talking about I used this introduction where he was speaking on Lake Butler about how they used to kick folk, how they got the Lake Butler prison had they got that big old jar of gold teeth as you walk through the door to let you know these are the teeth gold teeth we've been kicking out of folk mouth. And he made a comment. He was like, everybody in Florida had golds, Jacksonville had silvers. True and not true. Mostly people in Jacksonville had golds, but out of anybody in Florida, you would see people in Jacksonville with silvers. For for one, you would see more dark skinned guys with the silvers. Cause it's just like wearing platinum over a black tee. It's just gonna shine harder. You know what I'm saying? And you will see more light skinned brothers with the gold teeth. But the way he said it, I don't know if he really put thought the way he said it. He just tried it. The way he said it and made it sound to somebody who don't know better and don't know the Florida culture, he would think that we the only ones, everybody had golds, we the only ones was rocking silvers. Yeah, we were rocking silvers, but more people were rocking golds. And then when he said something else about how they was always beefing with Miami, they're like they thought they was tough and we thought they was tough too. He said Jacksonville too. I can't take nothing from them. Just them third, them country boys, so basically he gave us a shout out, but basically belittled us at the same time. I don't know if that's what he tried to do. But I'm going to tell you like this. I never been to prison before. But from what I hear, and from what I know from being in these streets, everybody know the main beef in Florida has always been Miami and Jacksonville. It's like he tried to throw Tampa in there to be on the same level as somebody to rival Miami. They may have got into it a few times, but everybody know it's Dade County and Duval County, bro. 305 and 904. The bottom and the bangle. You know what I'm saying? And as far as I know, talking to older people, man, they've been going on since the 60s. You know what I'm saying? It got so bad, like, say like in the state of Florida, when all the high school kids graduate, they got something that we call grad night in the state of Florida, where they send all the high school kids to Orlando who graduated. And every year, Miami and Jacksonville used to fight. It got so bad, I don't know how this is now because I've been out of school for a long time, but I'm going to say back in the early 2000s, I don't know if they took it back to normal program, but back then they made it the rule Jacksonville and Miami can't be there on the same night no more because we was always clashing. You know, like I say, I never been to prison, but that's all the people I know, that's all they talk about, going to war with the Miami boys. You know what I'm saying? Now, is it like that today? I don't know, because now I'm starting noticing. See, back then it was more like a region thing. North Florida, South Florida, West Florida, Central Florida. You know what I'm saying? Now you start to hear these gangs. So, I don't know, is the gang thing more, popular, or basically the regional thing? You know what I'm saying? Because if you a blood and you from Orlando and you a blood and you from Pensacola, that means y'all got to click together to a certain degree. You know? But even in places like Tallahassee. Now Tallahassee, okay. Tallahassee is basically, it's really borderline West Florida, North Florida. But we like to think of Tallahassee as being with us. A lot of us in Jacksonville look at Tallahassee as us and we are them. We look at Tallahassee as the far west side. and we the far east side. Same with Daytona. You know what I'm saying? So West Florida, if they want to claim Tallahassee, they can claim Tallahassee because it's kind of starting to be in that West Florida region. But us in North Florida, we claim Tallahassee. When you talk about North Florida, you talk about Jacksonville, Daytona, Gainesville, and Tallahassee. I don't know if it's like this today, but back in the early 2000s, say like, you got the Tallahassee boys, and we basically together. So I'm not taking nothing from them. Like I say, I don't know what it's like today, but everybody know back in them early 2000s, I can only speak from that point, that era. I can't speak nothing before that or nothing after that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just talking about from the late 90s to the early 2000s. If you went in the club in Tallahassee, Florida, basically it was two sides of the club. The Jacksonville side and the Miami side. You know, by Tallahassee being a college town, you're gonna have a big influx of Jacksonville guys and Miami guys in their city. Not like we pushing them, cause see, pushing them out the way, cause like I say, Tallahassee with us. You know what I'm saying? So basically, and now say like Gainesville, that's another college town, but I never heard of it being like that. The tensions ain't that high like that in Gainesville, but in Tallahassee, most definitely, at least at that time. I said a Jacksonville side and the Miami side. I didn't say no Orlando or no Tampa side. It just wasn't that. Jacksonville always been the main rivals to Miami. Right? Now, let me get into the difference between North Florida and South Florida. For one, North Florida is way older than South Florida. If it wasn't for North Florida, South Florida wouldn't be what it is today. Miami area is only around 100 years old. North Florida been around since the Spanish them first came over here. You know what I'm saying? Way back in the early 1500s. You know, but throughout the years, as people were starting to come into the Jacksonville area and they started to, you know, look at Florida, cause like before, Florida would be just another regular country state. But if it wasn't for Jacksonville being a popular city back then, that would got people to come into the state of Florida, and they just start going further south, and start investing. That's why if you look at the way Miami look, the houses, the hoods look. When I'm talking about the oldest to the oldest, raggedest houses, they look totally different from the hoods you're gonna see in Jacksonville, Orlando, and Tampa. If you rolled the clip of footage in Tampa and Jacksonville, you wouldn't even know no difference, cause they look just the same, bro. Tampa ain't but probably a half a notch above Jacksonville. You know, like I say, for one, Jacksonville is much older. For two, like I say, when it comes to the tourism, Jacksonville is not no tourist spot out of all the big major cities in Florida. Miami is, Orlando is, Tampa, St. Pete is, Jacksonville is not. Jacksonville, and when I say Orlando, matter of fact, when I say Tampa is not no big tourist spot like that neither. but they just a notch above Jacksonville because for one, they got Busch Gardens, you know. So it ain't like Busch Gardens attracting folk from all over the state. What Tampa does have, they have, man, Buccaneers, Lightning, or Tampa Bay Rays. They got a couple sports teams. You know, they almost probably damn near got more sports teams than Miami. So that's what bringing people down there. You know, so when it comes to the tourism industry, Jacksonville gonna rank last. It is just what it is. Jacksonville is not no spot that you want to just come to. Now, I tell anybody if you want to join Florida, start off with Jacksonville first, then make your way on down. If you go straight from wherever you at, say you from Connecticut and go straight to Miami, you ain't gonna like it nowhere else in Florida because nowhere else in Florida is like Miami, and that just means keeping it 100. So I tell everybody start off small, then make your way up, and that way you'll totally appreciate the whole Florida experience. You know, like I say, once you pass Orlando, you just start to see Florida look different and different and different because now you start to enter the tropical region. All of Florida is not in the tropical region, only that southern Florida portion. They damn near part of the Caribbeans. You know what I'm saying? Once you hit Palm Beach County, you just see it just open up all the way to the end till you jump in the ocean, right? So once again, like I say, we just not no tourism spot like that. You know what I'm saying? And you just can't have shit like that in Jacksonville, Florida, because man, they gonna act a pure goddamn fool. You know? Another thing he said, he was like, see, we just like Miami, you know, we got Haitian, Cuban, this, that, third. Cut it out, bro. Y'all may got Cubans. Orlando got mostly the bulk of the Puerto Ricans in the state of Florida you gonna find in the Orlando area. Now Tampa has a big Cuban population. You know what I'm saying? But bro, y'all ain't got no big Haitian population. All this Miami got everything, bro. You can pick one of them pick country out of South America, island out of the Caribbean. They are all in Miami. And they all got their own hood. You know? I heard him say, see, this, that, and the third. Pensacola, that's the white folk. Jacksonville, that's the white folk. Look here, let me tell you something. One thing about it, and you can Google this. We may not have Haitian, a big population of Haitian black folk, a big population of Cuban black folk, Dominican black folk, because you do have black Cubans, you got white Cubans, and however, you know what I'm saying, you got more that's on the African side of however. But without a doubt, Jacksonville, Florida has the biggest concentration of African Americans, period. Miami don't have as many straight up black people like we got. Even if you add all those, the black Cubans, the black Dominicans, the black whoever, Bahamians and all that, they still don't have. One thing about Jacksonville, Florida, you're gonna see black people all over. I remember, man, you know how many times I went to Orlando before I ever seen a black person? I didn't even think about black people in Orlando. But it was just the side of town I was on. I was on the east side. My brother used to stay off Curry Ford, Cimarron, Goldenrod. You know what I'm saying? I didn't realize all the black folk is on the west side. I don't give a damn where you at in Jacksonville. You gonna see black people all over. Yes, we got Cubans, we got Haitians, we got everything they got, just not in large numbers. You know, so when people say, I heard the Haitians run Florida, I say, no, they don't. They don't even run Miami. They run where they at. Let's just say if somewhere like Homestead, which is in Dade County, is a predominantly Haitian town. Shit. If you ain't Haitian, you better be careful how you move around now. You know what I'm saying? Whoever the most dominant in the area is gonna run it. And they got so many of them down there that they got whole hoods. They got whole towns. But you got Little Haiti and Liberty City right next to each other. And they both some stand-up prominent hoods out of Dade County. But ain't nobody in Little Haiti finna come over there fucking with nobody in Liberty City in the same thing. Cause they gonna get the same thing. Cause now you stepping out your zone into their zone. Now, if you step into that Little Haiti zone, yeah, they run that. Let's say, like Little Havana. Ain't nobody finna be pushing them Cubans around over there. But if it's only a few Cubans sprinkled around Liberty City, then of course you can do whatever y'all want because y'all the majority against them, right? You know, so, and I'm gonna be real with you, and I ain't trying to be funny when I say this. One thing about Jacksonville, Florida, see, first motherfucker come up there with a foreign accent, blah, 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 this, that, third, I ain't gonna lie, bro, we just gonna pistol whip them, we gonna take their dope if we don't kill them. See, these other cities in Florida, you probably can come talking crazy, and people, oh man, I ain't gonna fuck with them. Man, Jacksonville, Florida, we the type of people, we know we fucking with the wrong way, but we gonna do it anyway. That's the difference between us and everybody else. You know what I'm saying? You just can't, like how you say, which they were saying it may not be like that today, but say like back in the days of Miami, and say they used to hustle like New York, one guy run the block, and this person run the dope, this person the lookout, this person do this, he play this role, he play this role. No matter how much money the block making, you only getting paid this much a week. You know what I'm saying? They got a program, and can't nobody just come on that block, this to the third, and do it. One thing about Jacksonville, Florida, bro, you ain't finna tell us what we can sell dope. We gonna sell dope in front of the courthouse if we want to. You know, that's the difference between Jacksonville, Florida, and these other cities. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you tell us don't go over there, we going. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's say, then another thing, the guy running the red said, yeah, you know, we were riding don'ts just like them too. I can't speak on that. Everybody know Miami stamped don't game. But see, Jacksonville, Florida, once again, when they go back to him saying how we was wearing silvers, if everybody else in Florida doing this, we finna do this. Everybody know Jacksonville, Florida known for riding box Chevys. We the one stamped that box game in the state of Florida. You know what I'm saying? So, all in all, what I'm saying, you can't compare North Florida to South, and I'm from North Florida, to South Florida when it comes to the tourism industry. You can't compare us to them when it comes to beaches, nightlife, things to do. You know? But like I say, when it straight up come to that gangster shit, and matter of fact, y'all Google this. I don't know how true this is, but I forget where I seen this on, because I look at a lot of crime statistics and things like this, but I forgot where I heard this at. But I heard that there's never been no year that Tampa had over 45 M's in 1 year. I ain't gonna say the same for Orlando, but Orlando averages around 30 a year. They may do more some years, but when you talking about 150, 170, damn near 200, dog, the only cities is doing that is Jacksonville, Florida, and Miami. So while y'all sitting up here calling us country, hey, I ain't gonna say we'll be that, cause one thing about it, dog, you ain't finna say that in our face. Jacksonville motherfuckers are very prideful. Matter of fact, I'm gonna hit y'all with a story. Like I say, now, the most repped out people in the state of Florida is Polk County, Duval County, and Broward County. Right now, when it comes to straight up counties, the most popping is Broward County. Kodak Black has put Broward County on the map to, like I say, I'm out here in St. Louis. People always ask me about Broward County. Broward County stamp. You know what I'm saying? The most repped out is Broward, Polk, and Duval. The only difference between the rest of them, I don't know if it's like that today, but back in the early 2000s, that's why a lot of people hate us so much. Because, see, can't nobody say they county like we say our county. When we say that Duval, everybody know, tap in. When you heard that, we let Duval, Jacksonville finna let you know we in the building, bro. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people didn't like that shit because, I mean, you can't just say Dade County. I don't think Dade County. It ain't gonna sound right. You know what I'm saying? The only ones that probably could would be Broward, but they never thought of saying theirs like that. Broward. If they wanted to, they could, but they wasn't yelling it out like that. So while everybody being silent, Jacksonville was the only ones walk around Daytona at Spring Bling in the college, Spring Break College, historical Black College reunion. Duval. Duval. You know what I'm saying? But I remember one time I was in Miami, South Beach, for the Memorial Day. Say like this around 06. No, I think it was like 03 or the same year Soldier Slim passed. Cause I ain't gonna lie, that year, you know, a lot of people always tell me I look like Soldier Slim, but I was flexing it that year. I was trying to look like Soldier Slim. All weekend long, I ain't wearing not one shirt. I had on a green camouflage bandana. One day brown Dickies, next day black Dickies, next day gray Dickies with some black Soldier Reeboks on. Right? But anyway, I'm walking down the strip and I'm gonna be Duval wherever I go. I'm hollering out, Duval. There's some dudes in the Cannon Red Donkey, but two of them. Dude immediately like this. Oh, you must don't know where you at. This Lauderdale. Man, when I tell you, man, I tried to yank his ass about that car. Boy, who the fuck you think you talking to? Now, we in Miami. But he said, oh, you must don't know who you must don't know where you at. This Lauderdale. Basically, he was letting me know you in South Florida. You know what I'm saying? But till I had to show him, I'm Jacksonville. We Jacksonville everywhere we go. We ain't just see how if we was in Daytona, he wouldn't dare say it, he would have just kept going down the script. Be, because he felt like he was in his zone. Oh, his chest poked out now. And I poked that motherfucker back in. You know what I'm saying? Jacksonville gonna be Jacksonville everywhere we at, bro. You know what I'm saying? In front of the White House. So I'm saying, so, but like I say, bro, when it comes to tourism, things to do, living the real Florida experience, you can't compare Jacksonville to Miami. You just can't, bro. When it comes to big money, big dope, you can't compare Jacksonville to Miami, South Florida, or even Central Florida. But when it come to laying bitches lumps in their lamps and leaving noodles all over the goddamn gravel, if you ain't hollering out Jacksonville or Miami, Florida, you in the waiting. Dispute the facts. You can Google this. So all y'all out here trying to discredit Jacksonville, like it's like y'all give us props but slick stamp on us at the same time. Y'all not giving us our full props because y'all want to be next to Miami. Like I say, the difference between us where everybody else in Florida trying to be like Miami, anything they did, we did opposite. You know what I mean? We original. But all in all, man, I fuck with Hillsborough, Pinellas, Orange, Dade, Broward, Palm Beach, Leon, Volusia, Escambia, Alachua, Polk County, Bay County. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with them all. I'm a Florida inbrethren. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, man, y'all guys gotta stop that, man. Stop trying to knock our dick in the dirt. You know what I'm saying? And if you really look at it, I want y'all to go back to the Luke days, back to however far you can go. When those guys from Miami, say if they wasn't just hollering out Miami neighborhoods, stuff in their area, it's like for some reason they would holler out every city in Florida and wouldn't holler out Jacksonville. You know the first people who ever hollered out Jacksonville? Boosie, T.I., you know what I'm saying? Little John. You know what I'm saying? The best shout out trick that they ever gave us was I will wear my jean bag sack from North Florida, Georgia, South Kakalaki. When he say North Florida, I mean we the dominant force of North Florida. You know, but that's the best he ever gave us a shout out. Trick Daddy never ever gave us a shout out, bro. You know? So there you have it, man. The difference between North Florida and South Florida and Central Florida and West Florida, which I rarely spoke on West Florida, because once again, even though I say like Tampa ain't but a notch above Jacksonville, North Florida ain't but a notch above West Florida. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's gonna be Dade County number 1. I mean South Florida number 1. Central Florida number 2. I'm from the north and I'm just keeping it real. North Florida number 3. West Florida number 4. But that don't take nothing from nobody. It just is what it is. Hell, I think West Florida got a more tourism industry than Jacksonville. Than North Florida. Because people come from all over to go to places like Pensacola Beach and things like that. Then you got the big spring break in Panama City. You know, That mostly the white people and things, you know what I'm saying? But when it comes to certain times of the year, West Florida probably even have more of a tourism industry than North Florida. It is what it is. The biggest attraction in North Florida is St. Augustine, really, which what brings you to North Florida. I'm gonna say Daytona and St. Augustine, but once again, I'm gonna keep it real because Daytona is really borderline Central Florida, borderline North Florida, but we like to claim them as a part of us. But let's say just take Daytona out the equation and focus on St. Augustine, which is a small city. It's the oldest city in this country. So it attracts, through that historical value, it attracts people all over the country to come to St. Augustine, to visit Fort San Marco, to amongst other things, you know what I'm saying? But hey man, the video was long enough, dog. I hope I wasn't all over the place. I tried to get as much as I could out in one, you know, and trying not to make it too long, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, man. North Florida, South Florida, West Florida, Central Florida, Pissy, Pianci, Lamumba, aka Blow Lambo from out the barrio. The hoes I'm known as Inca Nose. You know what I'm saying? Like, share, subscribe. Fuck with me, but don't fuck with me.